Howdy folks, Josh here with the Weekend Angler Short Tip Saturday video for you today. Guys, if you watched last week's video, I showed y'all how to make a catfishing slip float out of pool noodle and PVC. And in this week's video, I'm going to show you how I rig it up whenever I'm wanting to fish with one of these, so stick around. Alright guys, like I said, last week's video I showed you all how to make this PVC and pool noodle slip float for catfishing. And unfortunately, in trying to keep the video time down to about 5 or 6 minutes, I wasn't able to show you how I would rig it up. So I figured this week's a good opportunity to show you guys how I rig these up when I am fishing with them. So let's go ahead. I'm going to show you two different methods. Basically just involves a different sinker and a different setup, and how I get these things rigged up. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, real quickly let's go over what we're going to use to rig this up. You will need a couple of beads, a bobber stop with the bead that it comes with, a sinker slide, you'll need a sectional leader, a barrel swivel, and obviously a hook. You'll need a sinker, or guys, what I like to use is these trolling sinkers. I pour these myself, and they have a barrel swivel molded into them. So then all you have to do is tie your leader and your hook onto there. So let's go ahead and we'll rig up using these. The only difference would be when you get to the point of tying the swivel on, you would just tie this trolling sinker on instead. So let's go ahead and go. This is my main line for my rod and reel. And the first thing we're going to do is put one of these little bobber stops on there. Now these kind that I buy have a little plastic tube. You just slip that onto the braid, throw that away, pull that snug, and you're going to trim the ends of that bobber stop after pulling that very tightly. So once you have your bobber stop on, the next step is to go ahead and install the bead onto your main line that came with your bobber stop. Guys, now that the little bitty bead is installed, you're going to use another one of your little bit larger beads. Next step is to install your sinker slide, add another bead. So now as you're looking, we've got the bobber stop, the bead that come with the bobber stop, slightly larger bead, sinker slide, another large bead. Our next step is to add our sinker. In this case I've got a 3-ounce no roll, and then we tie our barrel swivel onto the main line, and there we go. Alright guys, like I said, the only difference between using the no roll and a swivel and using one of these trolling sinkers is the trolling sinker already has a swivel built in. So once you got your sinker slide and your beads installed, you would just go ahead and tie your main line onto the wire eye in the top of the trolling sinker. And then everything's rigged up. Alright guys, once you have everything rigged up just like I've shown you, it's time to get your bobber installed. And to do so, all you're going to do is open up your sinker slide. You're going to take your bobber. We're going to put the sinker slide through that open eye of the barrel swivel in the bobber. Close the sinker slide up, and you're rigged up and ready to go. Guys, the depth of your bait is set by that bobber stop that you installed to begin with. All you have to do is just slide that little knot up and down your line, and when you cast this out, your bobber, your sinker slide, and your beads are going to float up and they're going to stop at this bobber stop. So you could have this 10 feet deep, 20 feet deep, a foot deep, doesn't matter. This bobber stop is small enough to go through the line guides on most of your rods, and it'll cast out, keeps you from having to use a fixed bobber. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this Short Tip Saturday. Hope I've helped you out on how to rig up one of these slip bobbers. Like I said, that applies to any of the ones out on the market, whether it's the one that I showed you how to build or ones that you've bought. They all rig up about the same way. Bobber stops, beads, sinker slides, and you're good to go. Guys, as always, I want to thank you for watching my videos. If I've helped you out, take a moment, hit the like button, maybe think about hitting subscribe. And if you're on a mobile device, hit the little bell. It's located on the lower right hand corner of your screen. and that'll give you a notification anytime I post a new video or go live. With me, I hope you're enjoying these Short Tip Saturday segments, and if you have an idea for something you'd like to see on Short Tip Saturday, leave me a comment down below, and you might see your name mentioned in an upcoming video. Guys, until next time, we'll catch you out on the water. Appreciate you watching Weekend Angler.